The oak tree does not sway with the slightest breeze. The oak tree is solid, and its tendrils fall into the earth, deeply rooting it there with an assurance that it will always be solid and not move at the slightest gust. Another word for oak tree is Elon. Yup, a guy who seems to dip, dart, and dodge at his whim, and his whim alone is named for the oak tree, something that stays fucking put. What do we really know about this man? He owns companies and he sells them. He's from South Africa, which is probably not a great starting point, and his last name is Musk, which is a synonym for smell. So his name can literally be translated into tree that smells. So let's dive into this controversial man the way his father dived into an emerald mine business for 6 years and made a shitload of money. But hey, I'm sure the working conditions were fair and safe, not like that of a Tesla factory in 2020 during a pandemic. All right, bitch, you know what that means. Strap in your earbuds like you're on a SpaceX rocket, because the NAF boys and Charlene are about to blast off into the podcast galaxy and find out if that stinky tree is simply misunderstood or needs to be chopped down by two sarcastic guys who routinely have problems figuring out how to record this podcast. This week on the pod, we are tackling the smell tree, the stink oak, the pungent redwood, and the funk sapling, one of the richest men in the world, Elon Musk.
Pal, you're good with words. You know that, man?
I think the gym is dumb.
Did Rachel walk in the room? Of course I'm eating a Baconator.
Man, if you ain't doing CrossFit, you can get crossbuff.
You're right. A long burger's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
That's your sitcom right there, as a Mr. Fix-It-All who just can't fix his heart.
We will not be defending Atlantic City.
No accounting for taste. If it's something that somebody loves, let's try and celebrate it instead of shitting on it.
Welcome, everybody. Hi.
Hey, pal.
Woo! What are we doing here today? Tough one.
I think we're about to make a powerful enemy.
Yes. Oh, Elon means stay put, means oak.
It means oak tree.
And stay put. Oh,
it's Hebrew.
Stagnant odor.
Yeah.
Is what it could mean.
Yeah, but that's I have no personal stories with Elon Musk. Believe it or not, we don't. Everything I've ever heard has been through the media or one secondhand thing.
Yeah, I did not watch any Joe Rogan interviews with Elon Musk.
I can't
to confess that I have not seen that. My only personal story is like, but as much as like he's actively, in my opinion, making Twitter shitty. Twitter made itself shitty the last few years. So
yeah, it's kind of like
made it even worse.
Yeah, there's a little bit of we're starting a fire to stop this other fire.
Yeah. Oh, you're already eating a pile of shit? Well, let me give you a glass of vinegar to drink with it. Like, well, all right. I don't know why. It's not yet. Twitter hasn't been a good place for a long time, but I have noticed, as somebody who, still uses it and goes on there, I have noticed it become like, it is just bots. I think everything. I made my name. I changed my name to Elon Musk to be one of those, like, I wanted to get kicked off.
Yeah.
I truly wanted to, because it's one of those things, like, I have enough followers. It's useful enough to promote, except now my stuff doesn't get seen. So I'm like, it's one of those, like, I'm not going to quit. You have to fire me kind of vibes. And
I do. Yeah. I love that approach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know shit. The only thing I've ever heard about him, even close to like, and I think I heard this like fourth hand, was when he hosted SNL.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple friends who work there, and they were like, everything he pitches is so disgusting. There's no way we'll get it on it.
Yeah.
Which made me laugh a lot, honestly.
I think the personal stories for us is that it's a lot like the Seinfeld when Bryan Cranston's character became Jewish just to tell Jewish jokes. It's like, I'm offended.
Tim Watley, the dentist?
Yeah. I'm offended as a comedian. I'm offended as like, oh, you're just like, you don't have anybody around you. You're so rich, nobody's around you being like, oof, not funny.
Yeah. Like there's too many yes men. Like
yeah, you're insulated. You're insulated from criticism, and
yeah,
that we'll get into that later. But that's the only that's why it's personal. It's like, buddy, you could just shut the fuck up and be the guy who let people get affordable electric cars and
yeah,
space
it's
travel. All you need to do is shut the fuck
the
up.
fuck up. And it is like how much he needs people to know about it as opposed to do it. Like there's no heroes. Nobody would like heroes if they were doing what he does. Like if they me, like it seems so little about everything he does seems so little about benefiting mankind or anybody but himself. Like it seems so self-serving at the end of the day.
Well, even when he supplied, the internet Earthlink to the Ukrainian, the U.S. government paid for it. He didn't just give it to them for free, but he made it seem like he was.
Yeah, that's kind of his like move, right?
Yeah.
Because he's still a capitalist.
Yeah. And a union buster and all kinds
of things. He's not a billionaire because he's giving this stuff away.
Yeah.
I mean, it is to say that, like, okay, it's good that electric cars are. I mean, we're getting into the good and the bad here. We really don't have anything personal.
Personal stories with Elon Musk, yeah. Like
I don't mix and mingle with the billionaires too often, regardless of how much they try to insert themselves into comedy.
Yeah. Well, I do want to ask this: was there a point where he was well liked? Like it seemed like he was like this genius that everybody thought was great, and then like the tone shifted in the media, like because that's what it feels like to me. Everybody was like, he's a genius, he could change the world, and then
it was before he opened his mouth. It really was before he thought he was protecting the world from, restriction of free speech. He was just this guy like, oh, this car's fun. Look, this guy made a flamethrower. That's silly. Like, oh, this guy's a rich guy who does quirky fun things. And then he truly thought that free speech was being threatened. And here's a Business Insider, which is, I don't know, judging from the other clickbait that I get all the time, is a left-leaning website. But this article from 2013 is 35 reasons Elon Musk is the most badass CEO in America.
Oh,
and
God.
I will give you one reason, given that we have 10 years to look back on this. It's because nobody heard him talk. Nobody heard his opinions on anything. He just made an electric car that you could plug fart sounds into.
Which is fun.
Oh, you know what's even weirder? He is a CEO of. This is just something I'm going down now. Looking at this, like, oh, he's a chairman of an energy company called Solar City.
Okay.
Let me see if he's, because I just got a spam email from them just today as looking at these articles. All of a sudden, I got a spam email like Solar City today. Isn't the world cool? Isn't the internet cool? Fuck me.
We Google Elon Musk one time where we get a shitload of.
God damn! How disgusting! How absolutely
awful.
Disgusting! Never mind. It's from Solar for You. It's from some other company. Fuck him. He still sucks. No, we got it. We're defending him.
We're trying our best.
Let's not forget why he's good. He did. Let's listen. We could end this personal stories.
We can't say he's
personal
accomplished.
Stories.
We can say he's accomplished.
But we'll get into the good and the bad. Personal stories. I've ridden in a Tesla. They go fast if you want them to.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's it. That's my personal experience. I was in one of those cars. It was all right.
That's about where mine is too.
The door handle. I don't know why all of a sudden the door handle is like, oh, it's an electric car. Well, the door handle should suck now.
That is every time I get into a Tesla, I have to press it instead of pull it. And
It feels
don't
like
know
a toy from the future. Like, oh,
and I
in
don't know
the
why the
space
window
age?
always goes down a little bit when I open it. Am I crazy or does that happen to you?
Like open all the way, or just like
Yeah, when I
I
press
think
the door handle on a Tesla, this is what they tune in for. I pull and then I pull on, because it hinges
Yeah.
or whatever, and I pull on it. The window, I notice this every time, always drops down like an inch, and it's
Does it
bizarre.
Does it go back up when you close the door?
Maybe I haven't really done.
Rachel's got a Mini Cooper, and the window does just when you open the door, the window does some weird.
And
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's depressurizing the cabin. Just like a spaceship, you got to depressurize the cabin. I don't know. That's my only
Maybe.
personal stories I have. Are I'm offended at his attempts at comedy, and
Yeah,
those
I
cars,
really hate them.
Those cars go fast.
I will say when he is not trying to be hilarious, he does some of the most unintentionally funny shit ever to me. Like, I'll get into it.
Never a compliment.
No, but
Never a compliment.
No, yeah. That being said, I think we can Charlene just put this in the chat here. What does it say?
The motion is from Charlene. The motion is referred to as indexing. It allows the glass to plant itself firmly into the rubber. Yeah, dog. Into the rubber seal while still being able to quickly detect an attempted opening of the door to pull it back down so as not to. Yeah, right.
Okay, will that cost $100 million in research?
I've had a few decades worth of cars that didn't have that. And
yeah,
I don't remember any problems.
It will be weird when we see the first generation of Teslas be shitty old cars.
I think that about all cars that are just plastic and nothing exciting. Like if I see like a Ford Escort, like an 88 Ford Escort on the road, I will look at it and be like, sweet.
Yeah.
Because
I know what you mean.
That's the era of cars that, like, when I turned and my friends turned 16 in the early 90s, that you can get like a 5-year-old Ford Escort or Chevy Cavalier. That's your first, that was everybody's like first car.
That was my
But if you see
car.
Which one? Cavalier?
No, Ford Escort.
Ford Escort.
Yeah,
Classic
you want to know what happened to it?
Well, that sounds
full on caught on fire at 5 a.m. when I was driving to work.
What did we discover why, or was it just because it was a Ford Escort?
It was because it was a Ford Escort.
Good God.
And then I called home and was like to my roommates, and I was like, can somebody come pick me up? My car is basically just blowing up here on the Atlanta highway. And my roommate that answered the phone was like, I'm sleeping. Can you call back and see if Sean will answer? And that was
cool
awesome. Not to take us off topic, sorry.
No,
I mean, we're not on. I'm the one who started talking about cool Ford Escort.
I'm sure Elon Musk has never had to deal with that.
No,
no, but Tesla owners do have to worry about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I well, let's put. You know what? Perspective is interesting because when a friend of mine got a Tesla 5 years ago, whatever, before Elon decided he should talk.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, there's fart sound effects you could play for the different seats. And I was like, this is hilarious. I like this. I like where this guy's mind is at as far as breed fun. And now I see that and I'm like, ridiculous. It's an expensive automobile, probably slave labor that went into mining for these lithium batteries. And this is the kind of sense of humor CEO had. So it's
amazing how much you can shift your tone when you want to.
Yeah. Now it changes my attitude towards the car. So I was like, all right, well, I'm at fault with some of this here.
I have a Tesla experience from last month, actually. We were doing these, whatever, on the tour in Europe, we were doing these like polar plunge things and we jumped in the Norwegian Sea, but we had this like professional person go with us and her husband drove us as well. So they got to bring a couple of cars. And we went into this parking garage in Oslo and he goes, I'll put it in party mode. And then he hit a button. And then it was like 7 a.m. and the whole thing was just going nuts and the doors were going up and down. And I was like, fuck everything about this morning because I'm about to jump in the fucking sea and I don't want to see this guy's dumbass car flash its lights up and down. Like, I mean, looking back on it is kind of hilarious that they just spent money on doing that and made it fun. But
looking back, it seems like you could have spent money on better production quality instead of party modes. But but now everybody's gunning for him.
Yeah, and that's why we're taking him down.
Now everybody's going to be trying to find the fault. Any single individual you hold up to like, oh, let's find all the fault, you'll find the fault. He's been held up as this great dude for a long time, and now he wanted to be like, look at me, I got opinions, and now everybody's like, all right, well,
shut the fuck up, billionaire.
So, and I am in that category of shut the fuck up billionaire, but that's not what this show is not called. Shut the fuck up billionaire. It's called No Accounting for Taste. And so I think we should move on to find out about the good and the bad of Elon Musk.
We'll be right back. Hello, we're back.
Man, this guy sucks.
We got some good stuff.
We got sent a lot of information from our producer Charlene.
Yeah.
Of which I looked at some of these articles that Charlene sent were clearly written by someone within the Elon Musk company.
Yeah.
Perhaps this, whatever the socialtalks.com is, what makes Elon Musk so great, from February 8th of this year, 2022. This is a real ass kisser of an article.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, it's 10 principles of success of Elon Musk. But I don't think this is somebody else. This is where I'm like, oh, a robot, an ass-kissing robot wrote this article for Elon Musk. Because it's not like these are the things that he put out. It's like unblinking focus towards the end goal. He's always focused on the goal, even tough days. His company, Tesla, was new, and he was working 75 hours per week to make it work. Oh, my God, a billionaire working a little over 10 hours a day. Some people do that at 3 different jobs just to have shelter and food for their children. That's where I'm like, this article came from a 10-year-old. This is a 13-year-old's report on Elon Musk.
It was difficult to find positive
from anything current.
What was the most positive? I guess forefronting Tesla is like electric cars are better than gas consuming cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so him pushing that is a positive, even though he sucks. Or how do I say this? Him trying to make money is like clearly the primary motivator, but he is maybe helping the earth with this whole with the electric car movement.
Well, you also have to consider that California was going to put in a high-speed train that was going to reduce
I'm trying here,
cars
Charlie.
on the road, and then Elon Musk was like, "Oh, I'm going to do the train," and so everybody stopped working on it because he was going to do it. And then just recently, he was like, "Nah, I was just trying to push my car sales."
Yeah, he really. He also promised he was going to step down from being head CEO of Twitter after a Twitter poll, and he still has not done that. 2 months ago. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of fibbing. Or fibbing is a light word to use.
I think pushing the idea of like SpaceX and pushing the idea of space travel, even if it's for profit, like satellite-based internet access for like. Granted, we've seen what social media has done to society, but there's a lot more to the internet than that. And I think bringing access to the internet of course is a good thing. Great. I mean, I don't know. Okay, your village has access to the internet. Does your village have a computer to get on the internet? Do you have a cell phone? I mean, although cell phones are so prevalent, even like the used market, they go
Yeah.
out. And that's to have that resource, to have like, oh, how can I filter this water? How can I grow this food? Like those, that is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it seems like a byproduct. It seems like the good things are.
I mean, the
still
motivator is greed. The
byproduct.
motivator is
Yeah.
greed, like in money. You know, like that's clear. But if if some positive results come of it, I guess that is to his credit, and no matter what, I guess it's like the Lance Armstrong thing of like, well, he was a psycho who used steroids and bullied people into using steroids, but I guess he did make some money for cancer research too. So,
yeah.
I mean, he did start with PayPal, if I recall correctly. And so, I mean, billionaires working with basically banking like is no new news. So he did choose to be working in companies that can have the potential to produce good, as opposed to
to just money.
Open villainy.
Well, I mean, he has the stuff. His mom was a model, and his dad owned an emerald mine.
Well,
he
definitely
really
looks
has
like
the origin story of someone who, like, maybe we need to think about it in a different light, and that, like, he could be worse. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he's getting there. So
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think he's insulated. His money has insulated him from the real world.
Yeah.
He has given a lot of money away. He's got. There's an article from Fortune magazine. He gave $5.7 billion to charity in the year of 2021. He gave it to an unnamed organization, which turned out to be his own charitable, the Musk Foundation. It sent 160. His foundation sent $160 million to nonprofits. Okay, by far the most the world's richest person has donated from his organization. $55 million to St. Jude's, $54 million to the X Prize Foundation, which he partnered with in 2021 to create a prize for carbon removal projects. So he followed through on promises to school districts and nonprofits in the area around Brownsville, Texas, near SpaceX. So all right, he's giving some stuff away. He's doing all right.
Okay, I'll give it.
It's not.
Yeah, all right. It's not. He could do more, but I don't know, man. He
gave $4 million to the Future of Life Institute, which focuses on reducing the risks of artificial intelligence and biotechnology. All right, I'm on board with that. I don't think I think artificial intelligence and this kind of stuff is not leading us to a safe place. But
yeah,
it almost seems like a wonderful cover for a guy who's so interested in technology. Like,
yeah, no, I know that's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's like
I'm making sure artificial intelligence isn't dangerous by being in charge of artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Well, that's like it probably is his move. That's how we did the high speed train thing. Like, I don't think he does anything that is not beneficial to his stance in some way or another, even if it is like seen as a good thing. And also, can we go back to the train thing for a second?
Yeah.
Why did we just stop doing that? Like, that's insane to me. Like, that they were just like, he's like, I'm going to build one too, and they're like, okay, you handle it. Like,
well, yeah, okay, guy with a bunch of money and resources, let's do it. Scrap it. Guess what? Electric car. Like, he does seem like a guy who he has the money to buy something to then control and throttle its activities.
Yeah.
Show it as by the train thing, as by Twitter, as by like, it's still like rich kid doesn't like, oh, you won't let me be on the soccer team? I'm going to buy the soccer team. Like,
I'll buy the field. How's that?
I'll buy the field. It definitely has that vibe, which isn't a good thing. We're trying to look for the good things. He wants to go to Mars. I think that's interesting. I
It's
don't think
probably fine. Yeah.
it's. I mean, who's going to go to Mars?
I mean, I know
the rich people.
he's
going
going
to
there
afford
for
to go to
space
Mars?
oil or whatever.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Who's going to be able to afford to live on Mars?
Yeah. There is a thing about a guy being named after a tree, like basically building a way to escape the planet that it's on because it's dying. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
This is a tough one.
We haven't been this befuddled since the Kardashians.
It really is just like we need to find out what charity these demons have done.
Yeah,
because he didn't he just partnered with people. He didn't invent Tesla.
No,
he invested in it and then ousted the CEO. And
yeah, he's he's a brand.
Yeah, and he's people are unhappy because he's undercutting, or now the price went down 20% because he's losing money elsewhere, so he's got to sell more cars. Yeah. I wonder what his exit strategy. I'm not an economist, but it seems like a bit of a tailspin for our boy Elon. But he seems like he's got enough. He seems like he's got enough money to buy himself out of trouble.
Yeah, so, I mean, probably, I don't think this guy's going to end up blowing people under a bridge or using Charlene's packages as a pillow, but I think it's gonna.
I don't think he's going to do that. We do have so many. The two good articles Charlene sent us are clearly written by some sort of ass kissing bot, and the other one is from 10 years ago. The rest of them are bad news. The rest of these are bad, but that's the take du jour, is to shit on Elon Musk. So to find something good about him, you have to go to these right-wing billionaire ass kissers, and that's not a reliable source of why he's good. It is difficult to find a neutral source of what are the nice things. Electric cars are good for the environment as far as taking a swipe, and if they made them more affordable and less you used to see a Tesla and be like, oh, look at it may as well be a Lamborghini, and then you find out they're
that's the thing.
They're like $35,000, and now there's more. Now it's driven competition. Now they're Ford is lowering the price of their electric Mustangs to compete with it. So now, because of that, it's creating this accessibility for electric cars, which in turn will take a chunk out of the oil industry, which is ultimately a good thing. So that's good. That's a positive thing. Him going to Mars, creating his own space race is causing everybody else we want to get competition fuels development.
Yeah, and so other people.
These are good things. That he forget his motivations. Yeah, some of the results are positive
to his greed. I guess it is a weird.
Yeah.
I will say this is the positive thing I found about him is that he tweeted a photo of Bill Gates and wrote, "In case you need to lose a boner fast."
I mean,
which to me is something I would do.
That's the thing, though. That's you have the comedic sensibilities of a kid in the back of math class in 8th grade.
Yeah, but here's my thing is that is not a reason to be he's awful. It's dumb and juvenile, but it's not a thing to give a fuck about.
It's also not
I think
it is a thing to give a fuck about if you're well, I invested millions of dollars in companies. I own shares of stock in companies that I believe will benefit humanity. But every time the CEO makes a dumb joke on Twitter, I lose millions of dollars.
I don't think that should be a thing, though.
But it is a thing. If you gave, if your money's in a bank or wherever your money is to be safe, and the owner of that bank is just online being a dickhead, and that creates more and more people to have less confidence in the bank. And now, well, we can't give you as good of an interest rate or something. Bank's not even good because your money's still your money in the bank.
Yeah.
But if somebody's loud mouth is causing your money that you invested in an altruistic idea, now you're losing millions because this guy can't shut the fuck up on Twitter. That's why it's a bad thing. Not to us. I think it's funny to watch rich people who tried to make more money just from having money lose money because another rich person doesn't know how to keep their mouth shut.
To act accordingly. Yeah.
Yeah. But everybody that likes that doesn't have investments with them.
Yeah, that's true. But
he's being sued right now.
All the time he's being sued.
Well,
that's all.
Because
this Vanity Fair article is just a list of things he's done wrong, and it's pretty fun.
Well, the one about why right now he's being sued because of what he opened his mouth about, now whether he's trying to manipulate stock about when he was about to buy Twitter. Or no, I'm sorry, where's is it this Fortune article? I can't find it because I got so many articles that are just shitting all over him. This one from his ex-wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, doesn't she donate a shitload of money?
That's Bezos' ex-wife is like, I'm giving it all away.
Oh.
Now, damn it! Now I can't find the one where he just got it's shareholders being like, you're costing me my livelihood by talking
tweeting
your
these
ass
asinine
by
things.
tweeting things. Now, here you go, free speech.
Yeah,
you want ultimate free speech. You're getting it, and you're using it, and here's your consequences of your free speech. You're tanking your company, and people are suing you for this. I don't know. Maybe it's a First Amendment thing. Like, well, he can say whatever he wants. Fuck it. I don't know what I'm out of my league talking about this stuff.
I'm out. Sure. Clearly, yeah, we're out of our league.
Like most things.
But also, you have to take into account when he did that whole verified Twitter thing, there were a bunch of people posing as different companies, and those companies were losing billions of dollars too. So they're not even related to him at all, but because they were on the platform and he decided to do that weird verified thing, then some of those companies probably should have lost billions of dollars. But that being said,
let's talk. Like, now we're going to talk.
Right.
This is the easy part. Now we're going to talk about the bad.
Okay. Since buying Twitter, Elon Musk has made radical changes that have sparked fears for the future of the platform, from firing half of the staff to restoring Donald Trump's account and temporarily suspending several journalists. And was it, Kyle, you were saying that he tweeted on a poll if he should step down or not, and it was overwhelmingly.
Yeah, he's voted. Well, 57% voted yes, you should step down, and he did not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, in one of his first moves, the self-declared free speech absolutist announces he will form a content moderation council in a nod to concerns that Twitter could become a free-for-all platform for disinformation and hate speech. That's a scary thing right out of the gate, to just be like, people can say whatever they want. There shouldn't. He's really ignoring his responsibility as the owner of this platform if he starts to do that in a way that's fucking insane. But
yeah,
there's no but to it, really. I just don't know why he's calling it free speech when it's lying is not free of consequence. Yeah,
no, freedom of speech isn't freedom of consequence. My thing is, as much as my knee jerk is Elon's a putz and hate speech. I mean, the internet made things different about how you can lure somebody in, but I keep going back to the days of heavy metal in the 80s when the PMRC and Tipper Gore were like, we got to stop heavy metal music. It's satanic, and it's sending a message, and it's making our kids violent, and everybody laughed at that. You're a dumb old kook that doesn't know shit. If a kid's going to listen to a heavy metal song and think that's the reason to commit suicide, guess what? That kid was already not well. and the music
Yeah.
didn't do that. And so if you apply that same logic nowadays to all the algorithms that like we're all obsessed, like, oh, how the algorithm can like feed you certain things and lure you in. Now you're taking away the credit of the individual to discern what's what.
Yeah.
So I'm confused I'm stuck in the middle too. Cause I'm like, you should just, hopefully you just, a kid's raised well enough to know the difference between good and bad and good and evil and can read and see hate speech and be like, well, no, that's trash. I might read it. I might look at it on the internet because it's a scary topic to look at, just like a kid would look at heavy metal or watch horror slasher movies. Doesn't mean they're going to go out and do that thing.
Yeah.
So
It's a
sometimes I'm like, yeah, you put it all out there and you're hoping for a average intelligence to be discerning. Unfortunately,
yeah,
that's
but
not the world.
it's not, especially if that's all they're getting. Or it doesn't mean it's all they're getting, but also, since he took over, top global companies, including General Mills, Volkswagen, and others, have suspended their advertising on Twitter. Which I could give a fuck about. I guess that just means he's hurting his profit margin. But
oh yeah, no, that's the whole thing. He's losing money.
And then he laid off half of the staff. Yeah. And then he wrote this email, which is fucking. It was pretty nuts, but he's like, Musk delivers an ultimatum to Twitter staff on November 16th, asking them to choose between being extremely hardcore and working long hours or losing their jobs. He gives them a day to decide. That's about like a believe in God or go to hell kind of, what's the choice here?
There was some study about like how many CEOs are psychopaths. This is Forbes, some blurb saying roughly 4 to as high as 12% of CEOs exhibit psychopathic traits. Do psychopaths make good CEOs? Probably. But that's the thing. Like, oh, well, I'm a psychopath and therefore you should be too. It's like, I don't want to be CEO. I just want to pay for this overpriced apartment in the Mission in San Francisco. You be a psycho.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, cool. Everybody who works for me should also be a psycho. That's some like Wolf of Wall Street boiler room type shit.
Yeah, that's very Jordan, that's not, like what Belfort kind of like.
Yeah. Or like elite athletes.
Yeah, it's like some people's. He very much comes from this place, I think, where it's like what you do for work is what your value is, no matter what, as a person. Yeah, like
he consumes other people's company.
Yeah. And so I guess he's trying to have that culture permeate through his businesses that he owns, but that's very bad.
It's not good. It's tough right now. I can't. Yeah. The rockets are cool. The cars don't eat gas. What else we got? The dude seems like he sucks. What else we got, man? I'm really running out of this. So I'm trying to get to the callers on this one. It sounds like Elon Musk sucks as a person. So, Elon, if you're listening, how about this old adage? Keep your head down and work hard.
Might be a nice one.
Great. That'd be cool. I don't know. I got nothing on this dude. I got nothing to be like, rah, rah, Elon's great.
I'm not really, yeah. Yeah, he's just.
He's got a lot of weird dick riders.
He suspends journalists.
Now.
Like, that's why he suspends journalists, but he wants to have freedom of speech.
Like, but was Twitter suspending right-wing journalists before?
I'm sure.
Listen, I don't like the message, but it's still not right. Here we go. October 22nd. This is in The Guardian, which means I probably won't be able to read this. Twitter admits bias in algorithm for right-wing politicians and news outlets. Oh,
that
wait,
again?
never mind. It says,
Sorry, I missed.
never mind. It says Twitter has admitted it amplifies more tweets from right wing politicians and news outlets. All right, it's the opposite. What I was looking for.
Oh, God damn it. We tried.
So, all right.
Sorry.
Yeah, according to a 27-page research document, Twitter found a statistically significant difference favoring the political right wing in all countries except Germany. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Something else. You know what? And the problem is the right wing knows how to inflame and incite way better than the left does.
They're so good at it. It's crazy.
All we got is drag story hour, and then everybody shows up with guns. Same thing. How many of those armed fucking hillbillies listened to Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne on the way to protest drag brunch?
Probably more than I care to. Yeah.
This shit's scary and I don't understand it. It's dangerous to the kids. Anyway, man, you ever listen to Bark at the Moon? Suicide Solution's my favorite tune, dude.
How at the moon?
Yeah. So, okay, I got nothing. I think we should go to callers.
I think we should just switch over to the callers. We are fucking treading water.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, everybody, we tried. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. This is No Accounting for Taste on the All Things Comedy Network. All right. And we are back on No Accounting for Taste, where we're talking about Elon Musk, and we're having a hell of a time trying to get something positive out of this guy. And
even the stuff he's done that's good is like byproducts, like you said. It's still byproducts of him.
It's a silver lining of greed, yeah. It's like a king throwing away an apple with a little bit left on the core, and a peasant picks it up. It's not a ton of like. He does not seem to be a very selfless person, but maybe one of our callers can shed some light on it.
Hi there, this is Casey calling. As instructed, I was supposed to give an opinion on Elon Musk. All I have to say is I have no opinion on that. However, I am a huge fan of you guys, and I hope you're having a good night. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'll run with that.
Cheers, Casey.
Yeah. I guess
you can always call in with one of those, everybody.
Yeah.
You can always call in with an opinion on us.
Yeah. This week we defend ourselves.
No. You have to defend each other. Yeah.
That would be that's not good. That's whatever. That'll be the last episode.
Yo, fuck Elon Musk and fuck all of his stupid ass little fans on the internet who try to jump to his defense every time a reasonable argument against him is brought up. Watching him fail at this whole Twitter thing, like watching it just collapse around his ears, has been just straight up fucking serotonin. I hope he fails harder, so hard that he just goes broke and I never have to fucking hear about him again. Yeah, love the show, guys. Keep it up.
All right.
Thanks. I mean, it is one of those hard to separate the fans from the band kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the Rick and Morty problem.
Well, that hasn't been a problem lately. Oh, both sides suck right now, huh? How about it? Okay.
I should have used a better example.
That asshole jumping on the counter of a McDonald's yelling about Szechuan sauce doesn't sound so bad when the creator of the show hits his wife. Anyway, next caller.
I think Elon Musk is like Gwyneth Paltrow for men. They both have crazy ideas. They're both rich and people follow them, but that can be scary because they don't know what they're doing. Elon has money and he's bought some companies that already had technology, already had success. He's not some creative genius. He just bought the right companies. And too much money and power to one person is just a recipe for disaster. I don't understand why people hold him up to some hero status
Okay.
Wow. I think he got her.
Yeah.
She just cut off.
Yeah, he heard his name.
Yeah, he's already on top of us.
He does seem like the dude. I think there's already evidence of him like investigating people that's criticized him, who have criticized him.
Oh yeah, for sure. There was a few things about
something like he spent $50,000 on a private eye because whoever
the cave diver guy who told him,
he's again he's a child.
Yeah,
Emotionally, he's a child. He might have a great eye for investment, and there's positive things, but he needs some handlers. He needs to spend some money on a person that's like, stop tweeting. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't know. He needs handlers to preserve himself. And I don't know. Then he married Grimes, who just played spooky keyboards. I don't know what's going on with the dude, but also I've always heard that Joe Rogan is the Gwyneth Paltrow for men, which I think is more apt because that's way more like brain pills and goofball shit that he sells.
Yeah.
Again, who do you blame for making the money?
That's the thing.
It's easier to grip. Each side has a grift.
There's
the right wing has a better grift. Like you can grift bros. You can grift alienated bros.
There's this paradox of like buying a Tesla is better for the environment than owning another kind of car.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like but you're still supporting this dickhead and helping like reinforce his platform.
Let's spin it this way. If Elon Musk, being this kind of libertarian, almost right-wing troll, causes rednecks to get Teslas instead of trucks.
There you go. We've done it again. We've done it again. Hey.
What if he comes out like that was he would come out like, more red states are consuming Teslas these days, and sales of F-250s are down because people have replaced them with a Cybertruck, and then he's gonna be like, "See, this was my plan all along," and that's when the handler would be like, "Shut the fuck up, man! Just take it. Just
roll tide, and we need more charging stations across the shoals."
There'd be charging stations at every Dickie's barbecue
and college football stadium all through the Southeast.
Yeah. Every Buc-ee's will have more charging stations. I think maybe that's the angle then.
What's that old there's like a proverb that is like if a camel gets his nose into the tent, it won't be long before the rest of him is there. Maybe old Elon's just thinking miles ahead of the rest of us.
It is, if he is making these environmentally friendly scenarios more welcoming to somebody who'd be against it, I don't think that's his conscious.
No, he'll say it. He'll claim
he'll take ownership. Yeah. Like, this is what I was doing all of. But that's the thing. He has to make it appealing.
Yeah.
Because now there's now there's more. I'm going to own the libs by buying a Tesla. Think of that. Think of that world.
We are in this world now where nothing quite makes sense anymore.
I'm not going to lie and say this isn't turning
right.
into a bit. I'm not going to lie and say this isn't going to turn into a bit. I think this. We both have a premise on our hands right now, Shane.
Let's run with it, baby.
Let's go do our homework afterwards. This is a good one.
I can't.
Thank you, caller. That helped us immensely to get to this conclusion.
Well, let's see how helpful this one is.
Hey, Shane and Kyle. This is Don from Buffalo. Just giving you a quick call, letting you know what I think about Elon Musk. Well, I think he is a needle dick narcissist that gets worse the more attention we give him. I just can't wait till he ruins Twitter so I can just buy it and turn it into an app about farts. Have a good one, guys.
The beauty of free speech is it can already be an app just about farts if you want it to be. So
that's true.
I think you need to thank Elon for that one.
Yeah, take a little initiative, Don from Buffalo.
And listen, I'm coming full circle. We're gonna, these Teslas are lighting on fire. Charlene's Escort lit on fire. It's not a problem exclusive to Teslas.
Like, we can't just blame them. all kinds of cars get lit on
Yeah,
fire.
when he
and
made,
blow.
he made that rocket that goes up and comes back down on its ass end, all normal. That's wild.
That's fun.
Coming around. I like the Elon guy towards the end.
The oak tree.
Okay, here's
The oak tree. All right. Well,
Hi, this is Hugh. Elon Musk. Wow, what a putz. What a fucking putz to have all that money and to waste it on ego and pointless bullshit. I can't really find anything good to say about the guy. If I had that kind of wealth and influence and power, I'd like to think I would have done something much better. But maybe, that kind of money and that kind of living in that sort of world it corrupts you beyond anything. What's reality to him? It's certainly not my reality.
thank you for using putts.
Yeah.
I think it's underused in the world, and I just thank you for using that choice of language. I think
He brings up a great point about like his ego being the thing that's like making him waste all this fucking money.
Like I'm gonna make a joke
yeah,
because I'm the cool billionaire, and your joke just cost your investors millions of dollars.
that's a lot.
Or you manipulated stock.
Think of every dumb thing you've ever.
Just illegal.
Think of every dumb thing you've ever seen me do. Say, if it cost you $10 every time.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's like
if every bad set you lost,
I just think like
pay the club if you bombed.
Yeah. I'd be fucking broke after last night's show. I just here's the thing, it's like I guess earlier when I was talking about his juvenile tweet that made me laugh about Bill Gates.
Yeah.
It is a thing that's like the repercussions are greater, but I can see myself doing something as equally stupid without having as big of a tidal wave form. Like that's what
I want some people to behave professionally who are professionals. I don't want a pilot to make a joke.
Yeah.
That's not like that, like has to be of a standard. If you're like, I had a doctor, and I forget years ago, but I was an adult, I think early 20s, what have you. All right, drop your pants. I'm going to check your wiener. No, nope, no. You just said wiener. Fuck you. Take that diploma off your wall. You don't say wiener.
Was he trying to make a joke, or did he just not want to say penis?
Why wouldn't you want to say penis? You're a doctor.
I don't know.
That's the only word you should say.
That's it. Yeah.
Drop them. I got to ring your bell real quick. No, you say penis because you're wearing a fucking lab coat with your name on it. You say penis. May as well giggle. May as well giggle while you're at it, while you're eye level with my hog.
Loosen your belt. Got to check the drive shaft. See what's under the hood.
Yeah. Got to shuffle your grapes real quick there, buddy. No, man. No, you don't say that. You're a doctor.
Yeah.
You're a billionaire in charge of a company.
Yeah. I was trying to give him some lenience on that, but you want some professionals to stay professional. Be a human when you're not wearing a white coat.
As somebody who has no stake in the game and is not investing, yeah, it's funny. But I could see investors being like, "Oh, I'm going to take my money out of this company." Again, free speech isn't freedom of consequences. He can say those things.
Yeah.
But take a look at all the money you're losing because of it. Keep talking, though. If that's more valuable is to be a witty troll, because you have, and let's look at it this way. He can afford to lose millions, plural,
billions,
to be shitty on Twitter, to be not funny. Some of that I respect a little bit. It's like seeing a comic who's bombing and they know it would actually be harder to win the audience back than to just walk the whole room.
Yeah.
He's effectively walking the room, but the room is his money.
Yeah.
Commitment. I won't
There's something about doubling down I enjoy, but in this circumstance, it's not great. Yeah.
Well, when you're doubling down with somebody else's money, it's a different story.
Yeah, you're also being a coward.
Yeah.
Who's acting like a hero. Let's go to the next caller.
All right.
Why in the blue fuck would anybody ever want to own Twitter?
Freedom of speech, dude.
I do.
Sick and tired of people's voices being silent. It's not what this country's founded on.
I mean, I don't know. We're not going to comment on that call. It's just a funny thing to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not fishing in that.
Hey guys, it's Jamie in Reno, and yeah.
Really?
But yeah, Elon Musk is like the definition of a fucking dickhead. No one else think he asked to become that wealthy and have that much influence. But I'm sure he always wanted it, but like, when you have a voice that loud, you have a responsibility to use it wisely. Like, there should be some rules. If you're a billionaire and have thousands of people working for you, tens of thousands of people working for you, you don't get to be a troll anymore. You have to take your shit seriously. The words you say, if you're joking, people are going to take seriously. Like, that whole Fauci pronoun dog shit you just did. Like, come on. People are going to repeat that, and they'll be like, oh, he's a fucking billionaire. So he must be right, you know? Just, I don't know. I mean, he made electric cars kind of cool. Before you used to have to drive like some shit like a Leaf or a fucking Bolt. But, you know, I'm sure Warren Buffett and Rupert Murdoch are total dicks, but they don't tweet out shit that like edgelords jerk off to. That's it. Love the podcast. Take it easy.
I like his last point.
Yeah, I was trying to look up that thing. I remember what he said. Yeah, yeah, but that was my problem early on when like hybrids came out. Like, why do you have to make them look dorky?
Yeah.
Like, what's the? Because then for a little bit, Prius was
aesthetically. Why does it need to be this way? Yeah.
Yeah, because Prius became the status symbol of. There was a little like, look at me, I'm saving the environment, and it was corny. But now, like, I mean, one of the best rated electric cars for the money is the Mach-E, the Ford Mustang electric car, which looks more like a Tesla SUV thing. But yeah, so they're out of that stage.
The Mustang Mach-E.
Yeah, the pronoun thing, because we did solicit these calls a while ago. Yeah, what did he say? His pronouns are. Elon tweeted that his pronouns are. I'm bringing this up right now. Let's go.
He tweeted pronouns suck too, right? Like that was the other.
My pronouns are prosecute Fauci. Well, no, this is his. Now, this is where it's not an agreeable standpoint. He can say that.
Yeah.
He can say that. I think it's stupid.
Me too.
And yeah, and it is one of those things like now, with Joe Rogan's, you know, I was listening to a podcast the other day where it made a good point. Like, you're not a comedian anymore. You're a broadcaster. You have these millions of people that listen to you every week. You're a broadcaster. You're a
media company.
Yeah, but your freedom of speech. You're not a journalist, though.
Yeah.
So
those are two different things.
Yeah, you don't have that. Charlene just said he did tweet this today.
What does it say?
Let's see. Starting today, Twitter will share ad revenue with creators for ads that appear in their reply threads. Oh yeah, I already shit all over this thing. He's just making basically.
What is this?
Twitter's pay to play now. If you subscribe to verified Twitter Blue, if you pay money to be a part of this, then you can get money for ads that show up in replies to your tweet. So basically, if you want to pay money to him, from what I understand, which is minimal, I'm not deep diving on Twitter. I couldn't give a shit. Cancel my account. I'm not going to quit, but you can fire me. If you pay into Twitter Blue, paid for this verification thing, I don't know if it's $8, whatever it is. If ads show up in your replies, you can get money from those ads, which is Very similar to oh yeah, you can play our venue. You just have to buy the tickets and then you sell them to your friends. That's called a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
That's what I'm familiar with it being known as, is a pyramid scheme. Oh, you can give me money in order, and then if you get these advertisers to
And you tell two friends and they tell two friends. Yeah.
then you can get paid on it. The dude's bleeding money on this thing, and he's still trying to con people into being a part of it. And even in my replies, not like I was dicking around today on stuff, and some dude's like, "I'm glad my like," I was like, clearly like the check mark. I'll be honest, it was an ego boost when it was like,
of
oh, it
course.
meant like somebody like oh, that's a celebrity, that's like a known person, and now it's just fucking whoever. Like it's not like it's like when you see somebody in flip flops in first class, like, oh, you didn't pay, you got bumped up. This isn't special anymore.
That was me on Tuesday.
Oh well, I get, but it's like okay, I know it makes it sound like an elitist thing, but like, oh, there's nothing special about this status.
Yeah, it's been removed.
It doesn't mean anything. It means you gave a billionaire $8 a month. You paid a billionaire $8. Forget about the amount of money.
Just the way you said it like that, I can't. Yeah. We can be done because
Yeah. And now, this goes back to the free speech thing. So say all these people bail out. Fuck Elon. This guy sucks. He's a loser. I'm not giving. Now the app is filled and is becoming an echo chamber of people, which that's what the algorithm is. It creates an echo chamber for yourself. My shit's a left-wing echo chamber that I acknowledge. I go on Reddit, and Reddit's only going to feed me the stuff that's related to stuff I've clicked on already.
Yeah.
So it's only giving me the news stories that are like outrage, AOC screaming about some shit. Like it's all aligned in there. And now Twitter will just become that.
You can also pay, like as a regular person, pay Twitter so that you never see any ads. They're rolling that out too.
So yeah, how does that
so
work?
It's a streaming service.
Yeah. A streaming service for a town hall for the world.
Yeah, that's not so free. Yeah, it's just not like it just got no shine on it anymore. There's nothing but it didn't for a long time. So
yeah. I mean, it already was shit. I just do we have another caller? I don't know. Fuck.
And I don't know, I was just thinking about Elon Musk last night, and I used to always say, like, Elon Musk is kind of like, it's ironic that he's in Iron Man 2 because he's, people always joke or say he's like Tony Stark. But I used to say in reality he's like Justin Hammer, the one of the villains in Iron Man 2. Convoluted movie. It's not bad though. It's kind of fun. But then I just kind of realized, like, Justin Hammer at least has, some fucking idea what he's up to, I guess, in a way. And I think he has some knowledge, like, more than just base knowledge. And I just realized, I think he's just more like Obadiah Stane, the first villain in the Iron Man franchise. He didn't get anything himself. He just took what other people did and made others, build it for him. And he's just kind of a dick. And yeah, that's I don't know. I feel bad for Elon in that sort of like, I don't know. I can't imagine what kind of fucked up South African apartheid childhood shitty parenting he got. I'm not saying that he's, completely sinless here, obviously. But I pity him in a way. It's this weird feeling where I want to hate him, but in the end, I'm just like, God, I feel so bad that you have to exist this way. Anyways, I gotta go. My cat is starting to eat a plant, and he knows he's not.
Okay.
Jebediah Stane.
The Iron Man. I think I saw him. I think I saw the first two.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? Kudos to you for reaching a level of compassion through pity.
Yeah, that he feels sorry for him.
I think you can
can't
spend
do that.
money. You can spend money to not be that way.
Yeah.
Money.
Do you think Elon Musk is a
Money does
therapist?
fix.
No.
I feel like his ego doesn't. I think he has people that are. I think he has advisors.
Yeah.
Rich people. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Rich libertarians don't have therapists, but they have advisors that know that they're therapists, but would never say that because it admits weakness. You can't admit vulnerability.
Very good point.
That's the thing I learned in therapy. Being vulnerable is difficult, and the people that confuse vulnerability with weakness are stunted.
Here's the last call.
Good.
Hey, Shane, Kyle, et al. This is Brian from good old Virginia down south. I don't really hate Elon Musk. I mean, he's definitely got some like mental problems, and he's smart and kind of a douche. But like SpaceX and PayPal is pretty cool. I think the reason I dislike him is because of the people that drive Teslas. Teslas are kind of like tattoos now, where, you know, everyone has them and it's so saturated and people love to talk about it, and it's just not cool. Like, find something else to talk about besides your car. It's really not that cool. It looks like a beetle, like not the car beetle, but like a Goopa beetle. I have a RAV4 from 2005, and I'm pretty sure it could beat a Tesla in any race. But anyway, my thoughts on Elon Musk, or I guess Tesla really, but Elon Musk, I think he's misunderstood. Love the show. Thanks. Bye.
All right.
Yeah,
that's a great button. That's a good sum up.
Yeah, it's a nice way to
some cool
seal it up.
things. He's got some, you know, he's not full Kanye on Twitter, but seems like he kind of gets there a little bit.
He definitely redlines it. I'll say that.
Yeah. All right. Hey, that's a good. Hey, good at PayPal.
Yeah. All right. Let's just.
All right.
That's our positive note for this fucking guy. It was exhausting talking about him today. I'm going to be very honest.
It was.
Yeah. I had a hard time with it.
All right. Well, let's let you rest up. You've been international.
Yeah.
You got a lot of time zones you got to readjust to right now.
That's very true.
All right.
All right. Well,
these calls were great. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. These were good calls. We got there.
We did. We found something. A little bit of something. Just like pulling a plate off of the Titanic. Like not really going to make a dent.
Yeah. It just needs to just shut up and let people think you're cool again.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, tell them where they can find you.
Kyle Kinane on the internet.
Yeah.
At Kyle Kinane. KyleKinane.com.
It's okay.
That's it. It's my name. That's where all the stuff is.
Find it there. I'm Shane Torres across all the platforms. ShaneIsAComedian.com. I have a big announcement coming soon, so please pay attention to me on these things. I would appreciate your support. And tune in again next week when we defend St. Patrick's Day, the most violent day of the year.
No accounting for taste on YouTube.
Yep.
Give us a call. Give us a call about topics or something. 971-259-8302. Thanks.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Goodbye from Meow, everyone. And thanks to our producer, Charlene, by the way. You thought I'd get out of here without a kitty cat reference? You fucking straight wrong, dog.